Had a number of mistresses throughout the town at the same time. We have a copy of a yearbook in there from 1916, I believe, and it's pretty vain. He's in there. He's the only one. He's got a photograph of himself in there, and that's pretty vain considering how expensive it was to have that good of a photograph in the book like that. There's front parlor. People report having cats weave in and out their legs.
It'll be third place in a row.
Probably happened to us.
We do have a dog bone and a bag of catnip somewhere in that room.
Oh, I see the dog bone.
People hear growls throughout the house. We don't know if the growl is a dog or not, but one of the previous residents of the house has told me that they did have a dog pass away while they're living in the house, and that dog is in the backyard. I don't know where. So whether it's for that dog in the backyard or the growl happens to be the dog, I don't know.
Right.
Things sometimes happen in here, but the dining room is where groups, have their equipment set up. It's a command center. So a lot of the times when things happen in here, it's either goes unnoticed or it's discarded or discounted. A lot of times people hear footsteps running up and down a wooden floor. We don't know if it's the back stairwell or if it's the servants' quarters right above the kitchen. There's a number of times where we can be down here during a tour when we get done with the first room and about to lead people upstairs. You'll hear footsteps run up and down the hall. The house does have a reputation, probably about a good 3 or 4 dozen times in the 3 years that I've owned it. You can actually carry on a conversation with an entity. You can ask them their name, they'll tell you. You can tell them your name, you can ask them a question, you'll get a yes or no response. You might get 2 or 3 words back. Don't challenge them in the sense of come downstairs and let me see what you look like, or come out into the hallway and let me see what you look like. You usually get no response at that point, or you'll get a 1-word response, which we assume is no, but it's usually unintelligible at the point, and then it stops. We had Tracy Bacon. He was in the house the second time. His first time he was floored by all the stuff he experienced, and that he didn't see anything, but he wanted to come back. He came back. We're down here. Had a group leave at 1 o'clock in the morning because nothing's happening. The moment they pull away, we heard what we assumed to be Gary, the boy from upstairs. We heard a door slam, we heard a giggle, and then we heard some footsteps. And we were down here shooting the bull, and he's like, "What the hell was that?" I said, "That's Gary. Talk to him." He had 3 volleys back and forth with Gary. And he said, "Oh my God, I've been to hundreds of places throughout the country. I've never had that happen."
Cool.
So that happens a lot. You can have that with Rachel. I had that happen my first night here at the house. Gary, there's other entities. You can hear stuff happening on the third wall. We'll go through it more. This in the kitchen, back bathroom. Since probably November of last year, people have been reporting stuff. We didn't have the bathroom working for the longest time. Finally got it working. It wasn't. It was inactive as far as activity, but people don't like to use a doctor's bathroom that much, especially the women. So people are using that more and more, and the more they're using it, the more things are happening there.
I don't like activity in the bathroom.
Not when I'm at my most vulnerable.
It is a vulnerable. In here, the hot times are listed on there. Now, with the hot times, I don't take into account the daylight savings time.
Okay.
So I work in the activity that happens to the current time it is. So if you had daylight savings time last week or prior to last week, if something happens at 10 o'clock, I put it into the calculations there. After daylight savings, if something happens at 10 o'clock, it lines up with that, so I don't expand it at all.
This is doctor's exam room.
Yeah. Doctor's examination room. It goes by time frame. It might not even be
4
on
to
it.
6 a.m.
Yeah.
Cool.
Shadow mass in here. We've had people take speed photographs, 7-8 frames in 3 seconds or something, and you can actually see a black mass going across the room.
Is that the very tall one?
6.5, 7 foot tall, yeah. But that's when it takes form. That's the shape. The unshaped is just like a blob. The shape is in here. We've had 8 attacks in the house.
Violent?
One.
Violent attacks?
No, subtle, playful attacks.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
Whoa,
totally different.
Well, no, an attack is an attack. What do you mean violent?
Well, like when something reached its icy hand inside of his chest and tried to squeeze his heart, that would be a violent
that.
attack.
Oh.
And
Well-
then we had a female that was choked.
Yeah, we've had that. So,
Okay.
so if that's violent or aggressive, whatever your terminology, then yes, we've had that.
Okay.
We haven't had anything like that. That'd be pretty. That would be really disconcerting. I don't know if I'd be in the house very much.
Oh my God, this is beautiful.
Doctor's operating room, 2 hot. Now, activity can happen through the house at any time, day or night. The hot times are listed down there. Those are repeating hot times, whether it's intelligent or residual. That's up to you guys to
Okay.
decide. 10:30 in here, and then 10:30 at night, and then 2:30 to 3:30 in the morning. We have had frequent things happen in here as early as 6:30 and 7, but it hasn't been consistent from one month to the other.
And this is the bathroom
Bathroom,
people don't
yeah.
like.
People have had paranormal earthquakes in here.
Oh, it's just the one I read about that online.
Paranormal earthquake?
Yeah, like the room starts shaking, but there's no earthquake.
Yeah, like a 6 or 7.0.
And you can't feel it in the rest of the house.
Cool.
Yeah, we had one guy that was doing construction on the 3rd floor, and he'd been in the house a number of times, never seen him spooked or anything. He came out, pale as one of the sheets, and he was completely scared shitless.
I was
He
sitting
said
here by
everything
myself.
was shaking. Oh, EVP's in here.
Mhm.
First time we had 4 different women's voices, first minute and a half. Since then, every now and then you can hear audibly with your ear women crying for help. We think that they're patients of Dr. John or mistresses he had affairs with. Bed is shaking violently at times. We've had pillows, and we've got it on video, pillows being yanked off the bed when people have been in here. The candle is launched off the nightstand, landed over here.
Is this how this got chipped?
Yep, it should still be inside unless somebody tried to light it.
Looks like somebody lit it.
But we don't allow people to light anymore. We had an incident where people would get spooked and they run out, leaving a candle sitting in the room.
We're not real big with candles. They don't really have a whole lot of merit. So,
Unless you light them to see if they get blown out. But
yeah.
leaving them running all night.
It's the stigma of it, the essence,
Yeah, I know, mood lighting.
I mean, you might be upstairs.
We're actually getting ready to go upstairs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just come with us.
I didn't want to go up there without asking you guys first.
All right.
What do you want me to say with the rest of the group here?
Oh,
You can say whatever you want. It's fine. It's fine.
are you sure?
If we're gonna go by the sheets and stuff,
We've got sheets of all the activity and stuff, so the whole plausible deniability thing, don't even worry about it. Besides, you've already, you know more about it than we do, so you might as well come with us. So you can say whatever you want. We still have more coming.
They don't have the sheet, so this is
Right
what
on.
you guys have. You can frequently hear things on the stairs, not just creaks and pops, but you can often hear footsteps going up and down. Every now and then, these 2 or 3 sets of, as if something's holding it,
Okay.
as if a black hand's holding it. When the lights are off, there's sometimes light shining in here and you see a little glare. Every now and then, you'll see the glare go across, but these 2 or 3 here will just black out. I had my reality rocked. I saw something on the stairs. We had a live video feed. That's when my life changed because I didn't expect that. So,
Oh yeah?
yeah.
Were you skeptic before?
I was skeptic before I came to the house, but I wasn't a complete,
Oh my
complete
gosh.
believer
I love
until
this
that.
house.
I can't explain what I saw. And people were bad mouthing me for not doing this and not doing that. Why didn't you do that? I'm like, look, I got scared, all right?
Oh.
This room here. This room is Jesse's room. People have an unease of tightness of chest. Jesse died of double pneumonia in this room, May 31st, 1934. A lot of people come up here and they have tightness of chest, difficulty breathing. Me, I'm just out of shape, but this is the only room I haven't slept in because I had double pneumonia in '99 and I don't want to experience it again. Smells, I'm not sure. It's not specific to this because people smell throughout the house. Baby powder, gauze, clean and sterile and used. Antiseptic, lavender, lilac, cologne. The cologne, the doctor's smell is like a mix between Old Spice and Brut, really strong and pungent. Tobacco, pipe, specifically cherry wood pipe tobacco. It's actually quite nice for me. In ether, we've actually had 2 reports. I was not present with either incident. People got knocked out for about 40 minutes with ether. That closet door pops open very frequently. The record is about 5 times in 2 minutes when people are trying to set the camcorder. The doorknob will frequently jiggle, stop, and then the door will pop open. The bedroom door, we caught on video, 2 camcorders, 1 from each side of the door. You can actually see the doorknob. There's tension on the door. It doesn't take much to turn it, but that doesn't explain why the doorknob will jiggle as if somebody's jiggling it. No. It jiggles like this. As if somebody's screwing with you. That door there has popped open a number of times. It's even been to the point where the bedroom door will open, then the closet door will open, then vice versa, and then once or twice it's out back where they pop open at the same time. Fireflies in here, lightning bugs, whatever you want to call them. Orbs of light, different colors, blink really fast. Off, on, off, on, off, on, off. Not slow like a firefly, really fast, but they'll trace around stuff. It's almost like they're...
Like following a path?
Not following, well, no. They might trace around here, trace around this, or they'll trace around, 3-dimensional. They'll trace around the trains. Not like a path from point A to B,
right,
but around an object or something.
Cool.
This is when we get all the windows cold. That happens in here, Rachel's room, and every now and then the doctor's operating room.
We got to put a DVR camera in here. Okay.
Like I said, I know the stories seem pretty fantastic with how much stuff happens, but this is over, say, 5 years, but a lot of times we have, if it hit the sham, in here, people reported sitting on the bed and seeing as if somebody's moving their hand back and forth. People have actually seen the imprint of a butt sit down. Some of the toys, I don't know if we have any. You need to stop reading up so much, man. You ruined the suspense.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Do you see something?
I apologize.
Oh, you're fine. That's fine. That, did you see that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people.
I already read about that one.
That's when I stopped reading.
All the drawers have. Most of the drawers have toys and coloring books and crayons and stuff like that for Rachel. We have some of them that have batteries in them. Most of the batteries are probably dead. We'll still have every now and then one of the electronic toys. One of them is Bratz, one of the girl dolls or whatever like that. That'll often go off. We had a baby monitor up here once, and Gwen and I were downstairs in the dining room, and we're talking, and all of a sudden you start hearing a little girl giggle and start playing as if she's playing with 2 dolls next to each other. We came up here probably about 15, 20 minutes later. We didn't want to interrupt her. We didn't see anything out of place. But
You know about this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Christmas tree?
Let's see.
Yeah. Well, you don't know the story of the doll, though.
No, not yet. You can tell me later.
Yeah.
When the lights are out and we're sitting in the dark.
Yeah.
Jacks
kind of
and
freaky.
Jack balls will often be found. We have pennies thrown throughout the house. If you want to, donate a couple pennies, go ahead and scatter them out. We've had throughout the house people get hit in the back or hit in the chest with pennies. Good conductor, and they're not dangerous. So
Yeah.
there's been apparition sightings in this room early morning between 5:45 and 6:30 over on this side. The first, now, this hot time is listed on there. 10:15, 10:45, Jesse's room. You have to be in that room at 10:10. The only reason I'm saying this is to go ahead and